Madden world, what it be like? It's your boy 4X 720 is the gamer tag on the PS4, and yo, this is that double triple Madden OGs, man, and we back with a defensive tip. I know I shot that preview early in the day. I shot that shot, bro. I'm still gonna put that out, so don't worry about it. You'll see that a little bit later today. I just wanted to go ahead and bring this defensive tip. When I got home from work, man, I started messing around with defense instead of going back to that offense that I was messing with, because I had some ideas while I was at work. And one of the things I wanted to put out was is yesterday, case in point, I put out a defensive tip, I believe yesterday, last night. A strong slant 3 was the play, and really what I have seen just from other people dropping blitzes and everything, we all have something that's relative. And what that is because of nano detection, where D tackle or defensive end stand up when they try to come through the B gap or A gap, we are definitely trying to get that to come through with the linebacker or cornerback through the A gap or B gap. Case in point, yesterday, my blitz that I showed you yesterday, it was coming through the A gap with the linebacker, or it was coming through the B gap with the cornerback. So what we're doing with, but if you look at the play art, and let me show you what I mean. I don't even know if I had that play here, which I don't, in this playbook. But what we were looking at yesterday is play art like the play I'm going to show you today, for instance. What you really need to make these blitzes work, so go in the lab and mess with this. Like you see, let's not go in the formation we're going to even use right now. Let's look at some other stuff. Like for instance, overload seam, where you have a linebacker and a cornerback blitzing with the play art on the same side of the field. Or you see Foxfire zone press, right? Where you see a linebacker and a cornerback blitzing on the same side. What you really need to make a blitz pop this year, and what I've seen that's been universal, most people are starting from that point where they're getting like a linebacker that's on some type of an angle blitz, and then a cornerback on the same kind of blitz. Or if they're in like a 3-4, they have two linebackers to the side. Basically what you need is two players blitzing, like overloading the same side. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about overloads, right? That's the key word. So today, what I'm gonna bring you is a play out of the 3-3-5, which last year 3-3-5 was my shit. And I mean, I ran it a lot, man. Like in the CFM leagues that I played in, it was really good sim defense. And then honestly, you know, Madden Daily put out an ebook last year that turned me on to the 3-3-5, but I was running the blitzes out of the 4-3. I liked a lot, and they had some pressure out of 3-3-5, but I didn't like it as much as the other pressures that they had. So it's good to see that they have some good pressures in this formation this year, and I'm going to show you one that wasn't there last year. So loop crash 2. And then as you can look up top, 3 overload fire press. Those two plays are going to give you the same pressure, just give you different shells. And that's the beauty of this, is that you can run this blitz either from a cover 2 look or a cover 3 look. And that is so fucking important, right? Because a lot of, especially this year, if you are spamming blitzes out of the same look every single time, it is going to get beat. If you know, because honestly, there's not going to be too much you can do to adjust it, right? We know you got a deep blue over there, bro, and we know it's either some kind of curl flat, hard flat, something over there. But the great part about this is we can run the same exact pressure, make it look exactly the same, but we're not going to give off the tail of what it's going to be pre-snap. It's either going to be cover 2 or cover 3. And then it's going to be very hard to pick up. So let's go ahead and call a play. Man, I probably talked for like 5 fucking minutes before we even call that play, right? I talk too much, don't I? All right, so let's just find like Using what? Tray open offset? Yeah, I know they had that. So we'll go ahead and call that. Wide corner is the play. We'll start out not blocking anybody, right? So let's go ahead and show you what I mean. So this is what I mean when we're looking at the play art. We got the linebacker and the cornerback on the same side of the, you could base a line if you wanted to, right? Just say you wanted to make it, you know, look pretty even across the board and stack up very well against the run. But how we run the play is going to be shift the defensive line to the left. We're going to crash them up. And then we are going to move lane just down to the line of scrimmage. That is the play. That's how you set up the blitz. I mean, that's really all you have to do to set up the blitz. So it's really, really easy to set up as well. Then you could do that if you wanted to, cover here and cover this side while he kind of takes care of this whole area right here. And you know, that's gonna do what it does. Of course, you know, like especially with what I was showing you yesterday, what I would do is just run like the motion running back to the right side. That would be something that I would do. I'd invite the blitz in and then I'd dump off, but I could always play hard flats, right? But that's what makes blitzing and playing defense this year a little bit different is if you can find some really good pressures that come from multiple types of looks, then you can keep playing a guessing game with your opponent, and that's how you get them to turn the ball over. Because one thing that I learned last year, it's about bending but not breaking. You want to you can give up yards. You just don't want to always give up a touchdown, right? That's what we're talking about here. So let's go ahead and run the play, snap the ball. And what you're going to see, and we'll pause it real quick so you can see it. So what I like about this play is, we'll snap it. What you saw right here is the linebacker and the outside cornerback, they're going to shoot through on the edge. Sometimes they'll come B gap, so don't worry about that. That's something that'll happen. Sometimes they'll come up the gap, other times they won't. But what you're going to get in a 3-3-5 is you're going to get all of these double teams. So that's what I like. You get the double team to the right. You're pretty much getting double teamed right here on the DT. And then these two guys are just going to be able to run free. So what that is going to do is that's going to cause it to where you can't slide protect the blitz. And we'll go ahead and set it up again. It's that easy to set up, really. That's the entire blitz. For real. But once you set it up, you can't slide protect it. So let's go ahead and slide protect. We'll slide protect left, right? That's the reasonable thing to do. If it's coming from the left, let's slide left. Let's go ahead and snap the ball. Same way. As you can see, he's going to come right through. So that came from the defensive end. And why did it come from the defensive end? Because that'll happen sometimes. If we keep running the play, what you're going to find is that the linebacker is going to shoot in more when you slide. And I'll show you why. Let's go ahead and just run it. I'll show you what I mean. See, so basically what happened is sometimes you get defensive end B gap, and that's something that they said you couldn't get. And I found that from this play, and there's a play that I have in 4-4 where I'm literally able to still get defensive end B gap pressure. I haven't put that video out yet because, like I said, there is a new concept that I'm testing with that 4-4, and I just want to make sure it's good before I put the information out because it might be bad information. But from what I've seen, the defensive end does not stand up. He just still keeps coming in for some reason, and it's just not picked up. So the same thing happened right here. The cornerback start coming in. He start trying to block. As you can see, he's not ever trying to block the defensive end at all. He's never trying to block him. His vision is clearly on the cornerback, and the defensive end never stops coming. He just continues to push right through, and there you go. So what I have just shown you is that nano detection works, but it's flawed. There's ways that you can manipulate it to make the defensive end still come in B gap. Now, to kind of give you a little bit of backstory on that, because I don't want to hang on it too long, because we just want to get the video over. A jewel for you guys that like to lab and come up with blitzes is I think, and this is just what I think, this is what I'm thinking in theory, like stuff like wide nine, like getting him to shoot and go wide outside is kind of almost kind of giving um, him like the properties of a cornerback or a linebacker, because he's going so wide. If you notice, he's just going straight up the field. He's not trying to cut inside or anything. He's going straight up, and then he's going to dip and cut inside. So I think that might have something to do with why nano detection doesn't pick it up, because he's not slanting in. He's not angle shooting in. And last year and the years before, when you see B gap blitzes and you see A gap blitzes, they come in at an angle. What we're doing is something similar to forward progress Madden. He had last year, he had like wide nine, like going like straight up the field and cutting in. It's something similar to that. So I definitely suggest you guys lab that up and check it out. That's a little bit of a jewel. I kind of went way away from the blitz, but I just wanted to talk about that because you can get defensive end B gap pressure. I just hadn't figured out how to get it 100% consistent. I have a play right now that I'm working on that's about 80% consistent, and I want to make sure I can get it right before I put it out. All right, so we'll go ahead and block a running back here. Show this. Didn't mean to slide him over, so the play probably won't work. We'll find out what happens. I kind of accidentally, and you can't move him up off the line anymore, so this play might not work. We blocked, but let's find out. Let's just try it. Okay, all right, so same thing. It did work, even though I kind of moved him on accident. So let's go ahead and call the replay real quick. As you can see, I blocked the running back on this play. And because of how you get those two double teams on the defensive tackle, and then you get them trying to double team Bennett on the right side, well, really 70 is just kind of looking at the strong safety or some shit. I don't know what he's doing, but he is not playing in the game. I think he's chilling or some shit like that. I don't know. This might be a Gatorade break. So as you can see, kind of just shoots through. And he's wide open, and that's with a block running back. So now you can't slide protect, right? You can't slide left, you can't pinch down, you can't slide to the right, and that's something that you could try, but it doesn't work. You can't block a running back. Well, two ways to try to pick this up. All play action blitzes, all play action plays don't stop the blitz, but most of them do. And another way to do it is, it's really simple. All you really need to do is just block the running back and then slide protect, or slide protect, block the running back, either or. You just need to do that in concert. They need to go together. And then we call the play, right? Now, that's gonna run like that. So that's how you pick it up, pretty much. You just wanna block a running back and slide. So before I get out of here, I just want to show you that it still works under center. So let's say we were under center running plays, right? We can run something like slants, right? They got a running back already blocked. So running back is already blocked. Bro, if y'all have not heard Kamal's mixtape, shit goes so hard. Gorgeous Fortune, that's a plug. Go on iTunes and look at that, bro. It goes super hard. All right, so we'll go ahead and snap the ball. And as you can see, boom, he didn't get the tackle, but let's go ahead and pause it. So it works under center as well, even when you block up under center. So you would have to do the same thing. So it's gonna work under center. It's gonna work pistol. It's gonna work shotgun in the game, which is nice. And you'd have to do the same thing. You need to slide protect while you block somebody at the same time. And it doesn't matter if you block a tight end but don't slide, he'll still come in.